Ever watch a streamer walking around and wonder, how is their video so smooth? I mean, with no Wi-Fi in sight? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tear down this amazing custom-built streaming backpack, and it's packed with some seriously clever tech. Let's dig in and see how it's done. I mean, this is the question for any IRL or in real life streamer, right? You're on the move, your cell services, well, it's spotty at best, and your stream just keeps dropping. Ugh, it is a massive, super frustrating headache. So the real question is, how do you build a connection that's pretty much bulletproof no matter where you are?
So the heart of the problem is pretty simple. A single mobile connection, it's just not going to cut it. It's not reliable enough. But this creator's solution, it's not some pricey, off-the-shelf gadget. Nope, it's a completely homemade backpack rig that, get this, cleverly combines multiple connections into one. And yeah, we are going to break down exactly how they pulled it off.
Okay, let's start with the big picture, the challenge. You might be thinking, why go through all this hassle? Why build something so complex when you could just, use your phone? Well, the goal here wasn't just to build a cool toy. The mission was to create a genuinely reliable streaming setup, and then immediately throw it into the fire, so to speak. And what's the ultimate test for something like this? A live stream from a huge, crowded flea market. Exactly the kind of place where cell signals just disappear. So, how does this thing actually work? Well, the real magic, the secret sauce here, it isn't the camera or the microphone. It's the incredibly clever way this rig manages its internet connection. Honestly, this is the tech that makes everything else possible. And here it is, the command center of the whole operation. Right at the heart of the backpack, we've got this, a Peplink B1 router. Seriously, think of it as the brains, the air traffic controller for data. It takes in all these different, kinda unstable signals and wrangles them with some very special tech. That special tech? It's called SpeedFusion. And the word you need to remember here is bonding. This is where it gets so cool. It doesn't just switch between the best connections. No, it actively combines them, all at the same time. So if one signal starts to get a little weak, the others are already there, instantly picking up the slack. Your stream doesn't even have a chance to stutter. Okay, so this breaks it down perfectly. Step 1, you've got 3 separate cell phones, all providing internet. Then step 2, the Peplink router, our brain, grabs all 3 of those signals. After that, SpeedFusion does its thing, bonding them all together into one super solid data pipe. And the end result? One powerful, stable Wi-Fi signal that the camera can just connect to. Brilliant.
So what exactly are these 3 connections? It's actually a really clever mix. You've got one Android phone plugged right in with a USB-C cable for a super solid hardwired tether. Then, you've got 2 other phones just acting as wireless hotspots, one broadcasting on the 2.4 GHz frequency and the other on 5 GHz. That diversity, that's the key. It makes sure there's always a good signal for the router to grab.
Okay, but let's be real. All this amazing high-tech gear is, well, it's completely useless if the battery dies in half an hour. And that brings us to what might be the real unsung hero of this entire build, the power source. And you probably guessed it. Sticking with the whole DIY theme of this project, this isn't just some off-the-shelf power bank you'd buy online. Nope. The creator built a totally custom battery pack, from scratch, designed specifically for this rig's power demands and, more importantly, its long-running stream goals. Let's geek out on the specs for a second. It's using lithium iron phosphate cells, or LiFePO4 if you're into the acronyms. They're known for being super stable and having a really long life. The total capacity is 320 watt-hours. Just think of that as its gas tank. It's a huge tank. So yeah, this pack is an absolute beast. And, super important, it includes a battery management system, the BMS. That's the little brain that protects the cells and makes sure the whole thing is safe. So, okay, big battery. But what does that mean for actual stream time? That's the important part, right? The entire setup, the router, the phones, all of it, is estimated to pull only about 20 to 30 watts. Now, when you do the math, a 320 watt-hour battery powering a 20-watt system, well, the result is kind of staggering. That's right, we're talking over 10 hours. 10+ hours of continuous streaming time. That's enough for an entire all-day event, a marathon hike, or, exploring the biggest flea market in Toronto without even thinking about your battery. This right here is what takes the rig from being a cool experiment to a legit professional tool.
All right, so we've got the brains of the operation and the powerhouse. Now for the really fun part. Let's see how it all gets put together into the actual backpack. And here's the full gear list. You've got the Peplink router as the brain, the 3 phones handling the connections, that beefy DIY battery bringing the juice. Then you add a GoPro for the video, a DJI wireless mic for crisp audio, and the whole shebang just gets packed right into a normal-looking backpack. Pretty slick.
But what about the weight? I know you're thinking it. That custom battery, that's the heavy part, clocking in around 7.5 pounds. The rest of the gear only adds another pound or two, so your grand total is a pretty manageable 8 to 10 pounds. To put that in perspective, it's about the same as a gallon of water. Yeah, you'll know it's there, but it's totally fine to carry around for a long stream. So, in the creator's own words, the plan is locked and loaded, the rig is built, the battery is full, and the destination is set. The Downsview Merchants Market in Toronto. This is it. This is where all the theory and all that building gets a major reality check. And that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? With all this custom hardware, all these bonded connections, and that homemade battery, is this thing actually going to deliver a perfect stream from the total chaos of a packed flea market? I mean, it's one thing to build something cool like this, but it's another thing entirely for it to work flawlessly out in the real world.